Hi guys, I'm Rajnija and again I welcome you all in my channel Knowledge Gains. I'm back with the same topic of tense which we had discussed in the last session. We had discussed about tense as well as we had discussed about all three parts of tense, that present tense, past tense and future tense. Let us recall that, then we'll go ahead with present tense and its parts. As I had explained in that video that saying this that we had means not we had tense is a term which shows us or which helps us to know the time of an action, and it has been divided into three parts, that is present tense, past tense and future tense. So the present tense talks about the incidents of present time, that is now. It talks about the incident or action of now. Or past tense talks about back incidents, back actions, and future tense talks about coming time, which will be coming to us, which is not done. Now, I had already told that each term, each part of tense is divided into four parts, and it has its term, structure and rules, which we will study in details. Then we will be able to understand what is tense and how to utilize it. So, first of all, today in this session, we will come to know about the terms or the structure and everything in details about present tense. So, you can look at the board that present tense has four parts which I have already mentioned. In short, this present I have written simple or indefinite. So that is the first part of present tense. Yes. So present tense is known as present tense. First part is known as simple present tense or indefinite. Okay, indefinite tense. So it is simple present tense or present indefinite tense. The second is present continuous or present imperfect. You can call it present continuous also, or you can call it imperfect also. And the third one is present perfect, and the fourth one is perfect continuous. So there are four parts. Like this only, let me tell you, like this only the same. The name is same. Names are same in past also, in future also. But we'll come to know about all those things in different videos. So simple present tense or present indefinite tense. First of all, we will talk about simple present tense or present indefinite tense. So let us know. Yes, simple present tense or present indefinite tense, it has a structure. What happens? Simple present tense or present indefinite tense talks about, as present tense talks about the actions of now, present time. So in that also, this simple or indefinite talks about the incident which has been started. So as we were talking about simple present tense or present indefinite tense, so in that tense what happens? This tense always talks about the universal truth, the incident or the action which takes place every day, you can say on the regular basis. So that all those actions come in this tense, means present indefinite tense or simple present tense. For example, if you talk about universal truth, that is the sun rises in the east. Everybody knows sun doesn't rise in the west, sun rises in the east. So east is in this side, sun rises in this in the east. That is just a universal truth. The facts like 2 and 2 makes 4, so that is a fact. 2 and 2 makes 4. 2 plus 2 everybody knows 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. 2 and 2 makes 4. So these are the universal facts, your natural facts or the facts, universal truth. All these things will come in present indefinite or simple present tense. Next, if you talk about the, as I said, that the action which is regular, done regularly, okay, every day, most every day means most of, like I go to school. If I say I go to school and the students say that I go to school, then what happens? That it is a regular routine, you can say. So the routine also, our daily routine also comes in this tense only, simple present tense or present indefinite tense. If whatever you do regularly every day, the students go to school, and like the man who goes to office, the teacher goes to school also. So these are the regular actions which are taking place, or you can say the daily routine which come in simple present tense or present indefinite tense. Let us know about the structure. As I have talked about this, so we have the structure of the simple present tense. So what is the structure? The first of all, it talks, as we know, in any sentence, I'm talking about, not clause. So we first need subject. As for subject, we have already discussed in previous video about subject. Then we need verb. Verb means either the basic form of verb, or you can say verb 1 or verb 5, the fifth form of verb it takes. And if you want, you can put object. If you don't want, you don't put object. That doesn't matter. Everywhere we don't put object, as we know about transitive and intransitive verb. It depends on that. But basically the structure which will follow in affirmative sentence is that subject plus V1, either V1 or V5. Why I have written V1 and V5? We have also studied about subject, verb and agreement. It depends on the subject, which subject is there, according to that will be put verb form. That is, the first form of verb is that is basic form, and if you talk about the fifth form of verb, that is the singular verb. It is plural and it is singular. So verbs are also having five parts. Okay, like first verb one, that is basic verb. Second, that is past tense of verb, that like if I say eat, if I write word eat, so eat is B1. If you say ate, that is B2, and eaten B3. We must know about that. Eating is V4, and the last one is eats. So that is 5. Verb 5, and this is singular. The fifth one, the last one is singular, and this one is plural. The basic form is, we have already studied about this. The basic form in the verb in original form or basic form is always in plural form. We make it singular by adding as, so that as with as it becomes fifth form of verb. So that depends on the subject. If subject is singular, it will take singular verb. If subject is plural, it will take plural verb. But the structure of simple present tense is subject plus B1 or B5. Then we can put object or whatever we want. So the next, we'll move to the next, that is that we have. Let us know with the example. One example we must write. As I said, the best example was the sun rises in the east. So this is the best example. The sun rises in the east. The sun is the third person you can see here, and rises is just the singular form of V5, and in the east, that is object is. Okay, so others, and from here you can say if it is like subject, and these are predict we have studied, or if we have not studied, I'll just make a video for that also. The parts of sentence, when we'll study about parts of sentence, we'll come to know all these things. So the next we have next parts of present tense we have, that is, let me write here. I had written there continuous or you can say here that imperfect. This is called present continuous or imperfect tense. So what happens in this? This is also present tense. Obviously, it will talk about things which is going on. So obviously, going on. As I say, going on means really going on. For example, the action which has started in the past, anytime, we don't know when it started, whenever it started, but it is continue now. Continuous means it is yet continue, and we don't know when will it be stopped. So if I say I am teaching now, so you don't know when did I start, and I don't know when will I stop. Until my topic is not clear, I will not stop it, right? So continue, the action which is continue right now, that is present continuous. It can be anything. If as I said, I am teaching. If you say that you are sleeping, if we say someone is sleeping, he might have slept. He might have gone to the bed beforehand, right? But he is sleeping now. He is continuing his work. He may get up just after 5 minutes. He may get up just after 1 hour or 2 hours also. It may take 2 hours also to get up. So that depends on. So the action which is continue right now will come in present continuous or imperfect tense. The next we have the structure of this tense is subject plus, very easy structure you can say is that is, are, am. So these are helping verb. It takes helping verb, that is, are, am, and I hope I don't need to explain where to use is, where to use are, and where to use am. It also depends on the subject. We know that third person singular number text is. We know that are is used with plural subject, and we know that am is used with I, that is exception. Okay, so this is, are, am, subject plus is, are, am, and then we have what? Verb. And now here we will use the fourth form of verb, that is, if I fourth form of verb is verb with ing. You can recall it by verb with ing. I had given you the example eat, that is eating, sleep, sleeping, go, going. So which is going on, which is continue. By this you can recall going on. Okay, going on means continue. So here subject, then helping verb, depending on the subject, and then before that is go means verb with ing. Let me give you an example that if I write here, if I write the is dancing, the girl is dancing. I'm talking about the girl which is my daughter. She is dancing right now. So she is continuing her action, right? So dancing here. The girl is dancing. That is the example of present continuous. Subject, third person singular number. So it has taken is and the verb form. So that is our what? Present continuous. Let us talk about the next we have. That is present perfect. What we are going to talk about is that present perfect. Yes, perfect means the action which has been completed perfectly. Perfect means means perfect. The word perfect is a complete sense. Means here it is a complete word, you can say that, which is multi-talented. Nobody is perfect. We know that. So perfect here we can understand by saying that which is completed perfectly, nicely, properly. So here we'll talk about the action which has been completed successfully. Yes, I have got a word. Successfully. The action which has been completed successfully. Just in previous video, or let me give you the same example now. If I say, I have finished my breakfast. Okay, but I have finished my breakfast. That means I have completed it successfully. I have had my breakfast. My work is completed. If I say I have edited my videos, I have edited my videos means my work is completed here. Okay. So if I say I have edited my videos means my work is completed successfully. So the perfect talks about the work, the action, okay, which has been already completed. Okay. So which has taken place anyhow, but it has taken place. Or you may take the example which has been completed right now. You can say just before 5 minutes, 10 minutes or 1 hour, but it is completed successfully. So that will come in perfect tense. So the structure of perfect tense, present perfect tense, is again like subject, then again we have the helping verb, that is have or has, and then we3. So here third form of verb we use. After that it depends on the object that we want to use object or not according to the sentence. But subject we will use, and the subject, according to subject, we'll use have or has. That depends on the subject. If it is third person singular number, it will take has. Other than that, if it is second person, it is first person, it will take, or the third person plural number, it will take have. I don't think I need to explain about these things also, the basic things, where to use have and where to use has. These are very basic things that everybody should know. So the subject, according to subject, we'll use helping verb, have or has, and then we'll use third form of verb, that is the third form of verb we have studied. Just now I had given you the example that eaten. So if I say eaten, let me give you an example for this. Or sleep, slept, slept. So if I say she has slept. So if I talk about she, just let me give you an example. She is my daughter. Okay, she is my daughter. She has slept. So has, third person singular number, and slept is the third form of verb. So that talks about the action which is perfectly done. Okay, means successfully done, completed. The next we have perfect continuous. Sorry, I have erased it, but it was needed to us for us. Present perfect continuous. Okay, so present perfect continuous, what does it talk about? Yes, it is in present, so it will talk about something which is started in the past. Okay, perfect also means it was started perfectly in the past, and it is continuing yet. Nobody knows when is it going to stop. Keep in mind, it was perfectly started, it was successfully started, and it is yet continue, but nobody knows when will it be stopped. Okay, so it talks about the action which has started in the past, maybe yesterday, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 1 year ago, doesn't matter, but it is yet continue, and we don't know that when will it be stopped. So what happens, we generally indicate this sentence with two things, either for or since. Let me tell you why do we use this. For we use for the time when it started, but we don't know the certain time, which time was it started. If I say 2 years ago, so if you I have recorded my videos now and I'm talking about 2 years ago incident, maybe 2019, but you will watch my video after 2 years, then it will be 4 years ago, right? You will not come to know which year. Okay, so here it is not certain, so here we can use for 2 hours, for 3 hours, for 2 years, for 5 years. But when we talk about since, then since is used for the time which we know, which is certain for us. Okay, like in the morning. So if I say I just woke up in the morning. Sorry, this is not the example. I'll tell you about this structure, then I'll tell you. If I talk about the morning, that is morning is fixed. If I talk about yesterday, that is also fixed. If I say that 8 o'clock, since 8 o'clock in the morning, that is also certain. So for and since for certain time and for uncertain time, you can talk about. Now, as I said, it hasn't started in the past, it is yet continue, and I don't know when will it stop. So the action is going on. So the structure of this is that subject, then we have again have or has according to the subject, and then we will use one more thing, that is been, and then we will use v4 verb with ing. After that we can use for or since based on the time. Okay, and after that depends on the time, which time we are going to explain our object. Okay, so subject have or has, then been, then v4 verb with ing, and then plus for or since, and then time. So this is the structure of this sentence. The best example I can give you is that we have been suffering from coronavirus, right? The world, not we, I should say the world is suffering from coronavirus. Okay, everybody knows about that. If I say in simple using for, that the world is suffering from, corona virus for approx 2 years. Let me write 2 years. So this will be the example for using for. Okay, the world sorry, I should have written here have is not, the world has been, sorry for this. So the world has been suffering from corona, has been, the world subject has, then been, then v4 suffering from coronavirus. Everybody knows about that. For 2 years, approx 2 years are going to be completed. And the next example, if I say here, just let me erase from there. The world has been from corona virus since March 2020. So here just I have used since. Here you can see the difference. The sentence, both the sentences are from continuous only, and but the difference is since and for. That is, the world has been suffering from coronavirus since March 2020. So the time is fixed here. Whether you watch my video after 2 years, then also you will come to know that this the world is suffering from March 2020. That is fixed. The date is fixed here, certain here. So this is the example of present perfect continuous, and I hope you have understood tense, present tense properly, perfectly, and you will be able to use it correctly in next topic, because when I'll teach you narration, direct and indirect speech, when I'll teach you active and passive voice, all these things, you will have to use tense. You will have to know about tense, then only you will understand, otherwise it is not possible. So that's all for today. Thank you.